Attention all competitive combo players in the cPDH meta. You have been lied to. This is how. If you like what we do here, be sure to like and subscribe. Even support us on Patreon. Now let's go. Okay, maybe lied is strong language, but you definitely have not been told the truth about the actual ranking or power of certain combo decks within the meta. You've been presented with a narrative of a subjective feeling about how one person perceives a thing to be versus another thing to be. Well, we don't do that here. Instead, I want to provide you with a data-driven, metric-based analysis of certain combo decks within the meta, so that way you can make up your mind based on actual, factual wins, losses, matchups, etc., and not some, hey, Clay did this thing, so he should tell you how it is based on his personal feelings on a particular Monday 2 months ago. We don't do that here. So from here, we're going to move into a voiced over presentation. There are some things in here that definitely surprised me, and I think that they will surprise you as well. Keep in mind that the field of study for this particular case study is limited. I wanted to focus on some very specific combo strategies and how they panned out in the meta. So that is the basis for this analysis and comparison. So keep that in mind as well. There will be commanders that I don't cover. That's fine. I'll probably get to that in another video. More video content, go figure. But for right now, I wanted to start simple. I wanted to start small, cover some things that were popular, cover some archetypes that were popular, and go from there. So, to the slideshow. In this part of the video, I'll be performing a data-driven analysis of the most prevalent combo strategies in competitive Pauper Commander. Using a significant data set of real games, we'll move beyond the use of simple win rates to provide a deep dive into the matchups and strategic positioning for these 7 popular commanders and commander pairings to get a clearer and more informed picture of their power within the meta. The 7 commanders in our focus group fall into 2 main strategic categories. The first is Fast Combo, which aims for early game wins averaging around turn 4. The second is Combo Control, which seeks to grind out value over the game and win in the later turns, typically around turn 9. While combo control decks can win fast, as early as the fast combo decks, this is atypical. The main difference between the 2 strategies is what they sacrifice in order to execute their game plan. Please pause the screen here to continue to view this chart as I'll be moving on after reading the summary. A preliminary analysis using only the overall win rate provides the initial ranking seen on screen. However, this single win rate metric is often misleading as it lacks the context of specific matchups and the strength of the opposition. To correct for this, a more detailed analysis is required to achieve an accurate assessment. To better understand performance, we must also analyze the impact of the non-focus group opponents, e.g. those opposing commanders that appear in the data most often whenever any of our core focus group of combo commanders lose. I've categorized them based on their reported impact against our core group, creating a quasi-strength of schedule. A win against a high-threat opponent is a more significant indicator of a deck's strength than a win against a lower-threat one. For more clarity, the non-focus group commanders that appear on the left side of the screen are the commanders that appear most often whenever a commander from the focus group loses. Conversely, the commanders who appear on the right side of the screen appear most often whenever a focus group commander wins. For the commanders in the middle, their impact is undetermined because they equally fall into both of the other columns. Let's now discuss the elephant in the room: Gut True Soul Zealot and Inspiring Leader. Over the past 2+ years of recorded tournament data, Gut Leader loses 91.7% of the time when facing combo decks within the focus group. We will now integrate the head-to-head matchup data for each commander within the focus group, including the specific data to matchups against commanders in the non-focus group. What this framework seeks to provide is a more robust, multi-factor analysis for the focus group itself. As you will see, this new method forces a significant reordering of the commanders compared to the initial win rate only list from before. Okay, get your popcorn ready because it's about to go down. So to kick things off, we're going to place Malcolm and Kedis in the C tier. The analysis reveals a very poor matchup comparison against the field, where its wins are primarily against lower threat opponents, while it consistently loses to the meta's top combo control decks. For example, Gretchen has beat Malcolm Kedis in 71% of the tournament games they've played. In the aggregate, it functions as a benchmark for speed, but one that is reliably defeated by prepared opponents. And I know, I was surprised by this one too. But with the way the analysis played out, it was describing Malcolm Kedis like it was what a pub stomper would play just to get over on unsuspecting people. And I found that extremely illuminating. Now let's move on to Lay Weaver, Lore Weaver. So in the data, in the analysis, Lay Lore shows a significant disadvantage. Its matchups are skewed negatively against both Gretchen and Malcolm Kedis, so a bottom tier commander. Its matchup calculation reveals that its wins came against a mix of threats, but its losses were against very strong opponents, including Hollow Marauder. It struggles to find favorable footing against the top decks and also the key threats in the meta. Next, we place Malcolm and Roger in the B tier. So Malcolm Roger presents a very unique profile. The data supports a very high win rate, but it also shows a negative performance against its direct peers in the focus group. This suggests it is highly effective against a wider, less defined field, but is vulnerable to specific top tier competitors. I fully expect to see this commander shift tiers either up or down, as more data comes in. For those cEDH expats out there looking to jump into the format, this is absolutely the recommended starting point for them. Next up, we have Scholar of the Ages. According to the analysis, it holds a very neutral position. Its pivotal matchup against Gretchen is perfectly nullified, and its matchup analysis is also balanced, as it beats a mix of strong and weak opponents, but also loses to a mixture of strong and weak opponents. It remains a capable mid-game combo deck that performs exactly as expected, as a solid average performer against the field, but without the favorable matchups needed to climb higher on this list. And now we move on to Malcolm Breaches. So Malcolm Breaches, placed in A tier, moves up significantly from its previous ranking just from the win rate only. While it maintains a losing record against Gretchen, its record against other focus group commanders is positive. Crucially, its wins came against pods containing high-threat non-focus group opponents, while its losses were also against respectable decks. This strong matchup comparison indicates that Breaches and Malcolm perform well against a challenging field, solidifying it as a top contender. Gretchen's position at the top, at S tier, is extremely secure. Her matchup against Malcolm Kedis, which appeared in both her win and loss list, is extremely, supremely skewed in her favor, a matchup where Gretchen wins 71% of the time. Her other focus group matchups are also highly favorable. Furthermore, her matchup data is strong against all of the other commanders, as her wins often came against opponents like Hollow Marauder, Third Path Iconoclast, which bolstered her score even further. She doesn't just win, she beats good decks. So what about Tatyova? You missed Tatyova. Tatyova has likely seen her last days as a top-tier competitive combo commander. She experienced poor performance against the rest of the focus group field, to include several bad matchups against key non-focus group commanders. Her extremely low win rate of 25.7% reveals a critical flaw, in that Tatyova struggles to convert its late game plan into actual wins. It appears to be too slow and is frequently outmaneuvered by both faster combo decks and more efficient control strategies. And because it absolutely eats my ass when someone does a comparison in a video, and the original comparison was like 30 minutes ago, and then you have the new comparison. So for you folks out there who are just like me, this is the initial win rate based comparison, and this is the metrics based, performance based comparison. Boom. Okay. Now to recap, in this video, what I was trying to do was take 3 of the most popular combo strategies, so Simic Land Auras, Flicker combo, and Pirate Ping Malcolm X combo, and take the most popular commanders from those 3 strategies and provide an analysis on where they rank. Now, what I'm trying to do is give you a circumstance that if you are playing something that is similar or exact, and you are encountering similar circumstances as described in the video, you can have some reasonable expectation that your performance is going to fall where those metrics indicate that you were going to fall. Now, is it perfect? No, nothing is perfect. Hell, I don't even know if we have the most perfect or ideal pilot piloting these decks previously. This is all historical data. So of course it's not going to be predictive of future performance. But that said, the goal is to arm you with data, not me guessing, not me pulling something out of my ass to, give you a reason or like, I like this better than that. Like, no, I wanted to give you a very objective way to measure your potential performance moving forward if you pick up one of these decks or a strategy aligned with one of these strategies. I hope that is clear. I hope I communicated that well. Thank you for watching. I apologize for all of the jokes, but, I was feeling kind of jokey today. So until the next time, I'll see you on the battlefield, friends.